Dr. Ardugmajian with Prime Coral. I've got a lot of people asking me, how do you find the RTN parasites on your coral after it's RTN? So people are taking the coral, they're putting it into a Petri dish and looking at it under the microscope. A lot of times the RTN parasites are not going to be on the surface of the coral, particularly Philaster lucinda and Philaster guamens, which are the true RTN parasites that cause rapid tissue necrosis. Frequently they are inside the skeleton of the coral and you won't see them with the microscope. Very, very difficult unless that particular coral is completely infested. Very heavy load. But even then, the easiest way to see the parasites is to take your RTNing branch and put it into a pea cup with a small amount of water and leave it overnight. The next day when you come back, it will be filled with RTN parasites swimming around in the water. I recommend bleaching your plugs at least for 12 hours in some water with bleach, just to kill any parasite that could be on the base. These parasites are able to survive in very small areas with water, even in fresh water. So the next day when you come down and you want to look at your parasites, you basically just pour some of the water out onto a Petri dish, bring it over to the microscope, and generally using 40x magnification, which means 40 times the actual size, you should be able to see the parasites swimming around in the water column of the Petri dish. And 100x will get you a really nice close-up view of the parasite so you can see all the zooxanthella within its body. But I'll just show you what I do the next day. So we're going to pretend that this urine cup with some branches of RTN coral that just RTN. So don't expect to find the parasite in branches that RTN'd a week ago. You really need to put them in the same day they're RTNing, or the latest the next day, because the parasites are going to leave the branch and they're going to swim out in the water column and find another coral to infect. So you take a little bit of this water from the frags that were RTN, or the branches that were RTN are in, and you just pour it out into your Petri dish. You don't need a lot. You only need a little bit. And you take that and put it under the microscope and you shine the light from underneath. You shine the light from underneath. Don't use the light that shines down because you won't see them very well. You shine the light from underneath and you'll be able to look through your eyepieces and see. Use a number 4 objective lens, and then the eyepiece lenses will be 10x, so you get 40x total.